Just like the VAR decisions going round and round all day. The match log for Brighton's coming up, Newcastle fans, and I'm currently stuck to a chicken. So make sure you stick around. Welcome back to Black White Banter, ladies and gentlemen, and it is match day. I've got my sandcastles, my bucket and spade at the ready. That's not what I'm interested in. We are not going down to the seaside. The weather's actually not very nice. I've been freezing cold since I woke up this morning. We're only interested in the points. Look, Aston Villa won yesterday. Arsenal actually lost, so we could even move closer to them, which is a mad thing to say. Mikel Arteta's going to be blaming the ball if we get any closer. Massive game. We don't like going down there. 7 Premier League matches, winless. I think we've drawn 4 and lost 3, or the other way around. Did my stats on my last video, so you'll have to check that one out. Don't know. This is going to be the match vlog plus the fan reaction. Fan reaction on an away game can be hard to come by, so if I don't manage to get any, then so be it. But I'm going to take you with us. I've just smashed a Greg's bacon sandwich. It's currently about 7:15 in the morning. Train, then a train over to Brighton. I'm staying over tonight, so I'm not worried about coming back. And hopefully we do leave, not just with sand between our toes, but with 3 points. Aston Villa won yesterday, like as I mentioned, that's massive. But it's in our hands. We can't keep. Forest did us a favour losing to Brentford the other night. That was massive, but we can't keep looking at those things. It's in our hands. 2 games at home, 2 games away. Brighton and Arsenal are very difficult away games, but the momentum is with us. And I've done a tactical analysis. I think we can get the points. There's loads of blokes with cans already because it's a bank holiday Sunday. So let's go down and make it count. Away Eddie Howe's Champions League Jason Mags. Right, just arrived in Brighton after, my God, quite a long train journey, but the singing started. We've just dropped the bags in some weird hole in the wall. We had to pay. Like, anyone entering that code could just steal our bags and crack on. Not that there's much good in there. We just come in a bar and it is absolutely, it's booming. Cannot hear yourself think. I think this is where all the away fans normally come. We're just waiting for them to arrive. This is becoming a common theme on these away days. Everyone's eating a Sunday roast in there. We come storming in for a tropical vodka Red Bull and a shot of what's this one? Bandero. Coffee liqueur. Tequila. Coffee tequila. Asula. Not in the starting lineup, but we can still sing his name anyway. So let's give this one a little go. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, it's got a bit of an after kick, that one. Oh, God.
Thanks.
I'm not sure whether that tastes like 3 points or not, but look at that video. Chest burning bags. Also, before I forget, just want to give an honourable shout out, not that anyone's watching this, but for the hen do on the 7:55 Newcastle London train. Somehow, you bunch of women managed to be louder than hundreds of singing Newcastle fans. So fair play. And the pastries that were being passed on, I think they were quite appreciated. Not by me, but by lots of Newcastle fans on the train. So fair play. Came very prepared, and I hope every single one of them, if someone's watching this video who's maybe, I don't know, maybe it can go that wide, hope everyone enjoys the ABBA tribute that I think they said they were going to. Anyway, so I mean to be late. 3 minutes till kick-off, just arriving outside the stadium now. Away Eddie Howe's going to miss kick-off back. Right, half time. Fucking hell, that was frustrating. But we've got some confidence still in the room. Go on, hit me.
2-1, Anthony Gordon gets 2.
We're going to turn it around, and you're going
3-1.
3-1.
Newcastle.
Tell you what, that's the sort of confidence. And one more 3-1 for the
3-1.
That was a bit of a shy. 3-1. 3-1. She's had a pint to the lads. On to the second half, we all can only get better. Come on. Finally, 1 of 3. Finally got one. I'll just please someone.
I honestly said before I come down, mate, I'd be happy with a point.
Us two have been fucking through the ringer. Bury it. Come on! So what I do like about Brighton is that they give you a pint after you can go to the bar, but We just went to buy a drink and the bloke behind the bar on the turnstile is pocketing money for a cheaper pint. How much were them two?
£5 a pint.
£10, he put the money straight in his back pocket and he's just keeping it all. Fair play to that young lad in the bar. He's clearly working. Little random job, fucking cheap pint, money in his back pocket. He's probably earned about 100 quid for the shift. Up the Segulls, I say. Right, just come out the ground, just got checked into our hotel, just off the seafront, and we don't know what is going on downstairs, but it sounds like there is a Chinese, or a Japanese, or should I say an Asian, on the karaoke attached to this hotel. So it all sounds like it's going on in the Amsterdam in Brighton. I'm just going to take it. Room's not too bad, not too shabby. There's room service, which I was not expecting, but there you go. The beach is just behind us, so we're going to go and see. This was supposed to be a fan reaction vlog. I haven't had any fan reaction. I was too busy enjoying a lovely, calm pint outside the Amex. One thing I will say for the Brighton Stadium, that I probably have already said, the fact that the concourses stay open, it's such a relaxed way to finish a match, just to stay in the ground, soak up what's just happened, and enjoy a beer. Especially the lad who was taking notes in his pocket and charging even less for them. So, going to have a quick shit, shower and a shave, go downstairs. Apparently I'm taking you with us on this one because I haven't had any fan reaction to today's match. So this is the full match vlog. And my YouTube short with my instant reaction's already been posted. So check that one out. But let's just see what Brighton has to offer. Getting a bit old now though, so I don't think I'll be out too long. Anyhow, Mags on the seaside. Right, first bar in Brighton we've come in. On the Guinness, probably maybe not my smartest choice. I think there's a cabaret show, and I think there's plenty of people in here who want to. There's plenty of people who really want to split my G before I try and do it myself. Here you go. Here you go. Cheers. Cheers to Brighton. Oh-ho! That'll ding dang do. Better than how we played on the pitch. Time to hit the arcade after smashing a Guinness in. They're better than Nick Pope after this. Quick. Look at that view. Look at that view. I tell you what, there's worse away days than Brighton. I tell you, I'm going to come here longer. Well, it's been a weird one. It's been a wonderful one. Anyone who's lasted this long in the video, thank you very much for coming along. Match thoughts today. Look, it's a point gained. It's a point gained. And I said on my YouTube short, if anyone's watched it, this has been... I didn't get any fan reactions to this video. It didn't go how I wanted it to, but we had a lot of the ball today. It wasn't the Newcastle that we all know. We were a little bit disappointed in areas. But I'm still relatively happy, and I'm relatively happy as a lot of Newcastle fans were leaving that stadium, because at one point it looked like we were getting beat. It looked like we were down and out. And we've salvaged it, we've got a draw, but my God, it's still in our hands. And as I record this, I don't believe Liverpool have done us any favours. Of course they haven't. You know, they've won the title, they're on the holidays. I thought they might have been going for more points. Looks like Chelsea have got one over on them. So Chelsea are level on points with us. We're ahead of them on goal difference. That game next week has just become more massive because we never won today. If we had won today, it would have been even more massive. But that just tells you how important that point was in the scheme of things, because we are at home next and we would have gone behind Chelsea the way the fixtures have gone. It's all to play for. 3 more cup finals. It's awful. It's so twitchy ass. On to the match itself, though. Look, first half, I thought we started really well. We started with purpose. We were getting so much joy in wide areas. I thought Joe Willock, he came in. I said Lewis Miley technically might have been the better option, but I thought Joe Willock started the game really well. Couple of good defensive decisions, defensive interceptions. Looked like he really had purpose going forward. And I thought, you know what, getting ball in the wide areas, causing problems. There was just knocking on the door, and then bang, we 1-0 down. And Brighton really surprised me. Normally they've been really insistent on playing through the press. Then they've also, as I mentioned on my match preview, when they came to St James's Park in the FA Cup, they've played over the top of the press. They did neither. They were very, very happy. They had so little ambition today. It was scary. Maybe that says everything about how far we've come. The Brighton, who are having a good season, really set their stall up And their game plan when Minter scored was down to a T. And I tell you what, he's on his left foot. Tino Livramento is the perfect player with the right foot to be playing against him, and he doesn't even show him in. He allows him in on his left foot past 2, 3, and it was too easy. And I was so frustrated in the stands to see that go in. But it did, and we 1-0 down, and you know, everyone's talking about how he celebrated. Look, that's up to young Kuma Minter. I couldn't give two shites if I'm being totally honest with you. He kissed the badge, he showed respect. Why he's got to show respect to a team that he's never played for is beyond me. And then he sort of says, you shouldn't have sold me. We should, mate, because PSR looks like it's not our problem this summer. As well as you might be doing for Brighton, as much of a young talent as you might be, we haven't really looked across the season and thought, you know what, we wish we'd kept you because Jacob Murphy's had a blinder, so whatever, crack on. And we kept on chipping away, but their goalkeeper first half had nothing to do, and that was part of the problem. I thought we were having decent spells in wide areas. Jacob Murphy was constantly getting in through passages of play. Harvey Barnes and Livramento combining as best they could, but there was just no final product. In half-time, you're not too worried. Everyone I spoke to said 2-1, 3-1. There was lots of confidence. Second half, much of the same. Brighton, even more defensive, you could argue. And the penalty decision started. Look, first one, I thought it was inside the box. The referee said otherwise. And sure enough, it wasn't given. Free kick, good opportunity, but whatever. Second one, Joe Willock. Lovely bit of play. Lovely for him to get. That's what Joe Willock's capable of. That I think Joe Linton doesn't have. That little base to purse to get into a ball. But if he's dived, which I haven't seen it back, I'm going to assume he has, then fair enough. Yellow card. Quite embarrassing for him. So at this point, you think, my God, not only has the referee had a nightmare, but our luck is just not in. And then the third one, and that's the one I haven't seen. I don't know whether it was given straight away. It was obviously checked. We finally get one from that free kick on the edge of the box. And it, you know, it 1-1. We finally score. Again, in the second half, I thought we were the better team. We were the better team most of the match. The Brighton fans, you could tell they were so quiet for most of the game. Not only because Brighton's not the best atmosphere. I don't think any Brighton fan would claim it is. But because I think they knew they were under the cosh. And we got the equaliser, and every single one of us sees 9 minutes go up on the board, and we think, right, let's push on. And their goalkeeper, Van Stegen, makes a great save. Verstagen, great save, fingertips, very Nick Pope-esque, I thought. And that looked like the big chance. That was the big chance when Barnes slipped in Isak. Look, the match as a whole, I'll take the point, as I said at the start of this. I thought Eddie Howe in the second half, I liked how he went. He brought Callum Wilson on, but kept Isak on the pitch. I could see what he was doing. It did disrupt Brighton a little bit, going to almost a 4-4-2. Anthony Gordon, when he came on, me and the bloke to my left, you might see his face on this video, earlier in the video, we were saying Anthony Gordon could have a big say in this match. Harvey Barnes, as good as he is at cutting in, when the game was so wide for us in so many occasions, all of our best play came out wide. Anthony Gordon is the man who takes a man on, burst of pace, bang, bang, bang. As soon as he came on the pitch, he wins that almost penalty. He's looking sharper and sharper and sharper, and that's a player that's going to be really crucial in this run-in. I just thought we never got going. I thought standout performance for me. I thought some people have said Tonali didn't have his best game today. I thought of the midfield, Tonali was the one who was constantly pulling the strings, constantly trying to make things happen, recycling the ball, playing it forward with a bit of purpose, with a bit of desire, with a bit of intensity, get things moving faster and faster and faster. And I think he always looks like that. I thought Bruno was okay today, drawing free kicks, trying to make things happen, trying to get the crowd going as he always does. Harvey Barnes, I thought he was bright until he got taken, until he got moved over to the right. Jacob Murphy, that was the one thing I would say that I don't agree with Eddie out today. I know Harvey Barnes got in. I would have kept Jacob Murphy on the right-hand side because that's where he's most comfortable, and then gone Gordon. Why he brought Murphy off to move Barnes over, that didn't make much sense to me. I'm assuming it's because of his natural goal scoring. But he did get in. He did create a few openings. They would be the standout performers for me, without a doubt. Isak, I think Isak playing with an injury. I do. He continues to get subbed. I know he didn't today because we were really going for it. But previous weeks, with all these matches still to play, he's been subbed after 70 minutes. And I think he doesn't look the Isak, the really sharp Isak that I think we all know. Didn't really get that much service. Fantastic penalty. Defensively, I thought we were okay today. The goal was terrible, and I'm not going to deny that at all. I think he came inside Livramento. He came inside Dan Burn. It was way too easy, and that was their only sniff, let's face it. I think Nick Pope made a save quite late on at his near post. But generally speaking, we were the better team today. We were on top, but that is not the Newcastle we know. I thought we played with a lack of ideas, which is strange because we've scored 3+ goals in so many matches. We have really been scoring goals for fun under Eddie Howe more recently. We've got that groove. 20 wins in 26 tells you that. There was no really knack going forward, but Brighton, fair play to them, I will say, home team defended really, really well. They were happy to defend. They were very good at it. Every single cross that came in got knocked out, and it was again and again and again and again. But look, we've got a point. When you score that late in a match after the VAR decisions we have, I'll take it. I'm happy enough. Because, like I said, that point has kept us level with Chelsea. They would have gone above us, and we've got them to play. Arsenal have just been beat off Bournemouth. We can go down there in 2 weeks if everybody is firing, as we've proved 3 times this season, and beat Arsenal, who've got nothing to play for. Probably out of the Champions League by then as well. It's a point. It's a point. I'm so happy we're unbeaten. We weren't that great, but I personally think it's points dropped. Out of this one in Arsenal, we were never going to have as much of the ball as we did today as what we were at Arsenal. We won't. So it was missed opportunity. If VAR didn't exist, we win 3-1. 3 penalties, Isak maybe gets a hat-trick. But hey, you get them, you don't get them. And as far as I understand, they were right. So on to the next one we go. Look, I'm down in sunny Brighton. Loving it. Bank holiday Sunday. Hope you've liked me taking you around Brighton as much as I have. On to Chelsea we go. Huge, huge football match for this football club. If we can win there, I think we're almost over the line. Thank you very much for watching this 5. If you have Newcastle fans, I was going to do 2 separate videos, but there was no fans to speak to. I was too busy enjoying myself, going round on the going round on the chicken on the pier. What that follow, what that subscribe, get us Black and White Banter across all social media, and I'll see you during the week for a bit more breakdown and a further look ahead to Chelsea next week. Away, Eddie out, Champions League chasing. Chelsea.